Hello, I'm so glad to be here on this evening and to welcome you on board for what I think will be quite an interesting session. And as usual, everything I say tonight, every card I pull, everything I share is just as relevant whether you listen now with me or even in the future. So I will say good evening from Dublin and I'm so glad to be here with Monday Magic. So I'm going to start this evening with a question. And in many ways, it continues on from last week's Monday Magic. Do you ever wonder where a part of you has gone? For everyone, it'll be different. But if you think back to your younger self, there are often so many clues as to our true nature. And I probably should have said that the topic of this evening is a hidden personal truth. So most people will have changed through life circumstances, life's ups and downs, but sometimes we can ask ourselves, where is my sparkle gone? Where's my courage gone? Where's my determination gone? Even where has my good luck gone? And often these things that I've just mentioned, they're actually linked with our true nature. And if we connect with them, it's so much easier to discover our personal truth. And sometimes it's good to really consider this because in life design coaching, we look at what each person feels they are, who they feel they are, and what they feel they bring to the world. And as Philip is going to join me in part of the life design business and bring life design to a different group of people than I will, and that I would naturally reach, I suppose, I'm taking him through the life design training at the moment. And it's been really interesting to see what's emerging for him. And we've been going for a few drives recently. The normal little drives we take are along the coastline. And actually, it's a lovely loop where the scenery, day or night, even in the dark with sparkly lights out over the sea, is lovely. And we stop and we chat and we reminisce and we hope and we dream. And recently, 2 drives took us to completely different areas. One area was where actually very wealthy people live. And actually some maybe friends of ours or, a gentleman that Philip worked with years ago or, people that we knew in a certain part of our life live in this very nice area near Dublin City. And as we drove through the streets, in fact, a friend of mine had recommended I go there to see the Christmas lights because they were beautifully decorated for Christmas. And as we drove through the streets and we stopped to admire the houses, lights put up with no expense spared, I kind of realised that if life had continued for us on a certain trajectory, we too could be living in such an area. And it's really funny because I had an immediate internal feeling of panic about this. It was like almost a be careful what you wish for feeling. When I knew in my heart that when I had many people like these people in my life, who were all socially climbing and politically climbing and business climbing, I was not at my happiest. I didn't feel true to me, and I experienced a sense of relief in many ways that I could return home to the privacy of where I live and the home comforts that may not be as salubrious as what I was describing to you, but suit us very well. And our car is banjaxed today. It's old now, and things could be tight for a while. But somehow we're in a place of learning that keeps us very true to ourselves and most importantly, striving for what we want next in life. And hopefully we will sort things out as we always do. What I remembered on that drive last week is that deep inside, I have a wild child. I've met her before. She wants to live life her way, not conforming to societal rules. And in fact, it's ironic, really, because the book I recently co-authored with other ladies was about that. It was about people who want to live life their way. And I have a chapter in that book. And when I pay attention to her, this wild child, I get all kinds of hints and tips about my personal life-defined life. Is she my inner child? Not really. She's just an aspect of me that when I please her, life feels good. And freedom is so very important to her. For someone else, it could be their inner artist, or their inner dancer, or their inner actress, or their inner superstar, or their inner princess. So I'd like to invite you between now and we meet again to think about this. The clues will often be in the things you enjoyed when you were younger, and even in difficult circumstances, she may have shone through when you consider what makes her happy. And there'll often be lots of clues of little gaps in life where it's easy to satisfy what she loves in ways that are really true to you and not too complicated. We can consider all of this and wonder. And wonder is a key word of this evening. And even it's in the title of my oracle card that I'll share in a few moments. So I invite you to take a little time out this week to think about the small things that mean the world to you and to consider if you're doing things to please or interest or even intrigue that part of you that sometimes holds our secrets to true happiness and even to success. And when we do this, we can be very surprised at what we discover. It's a little journey of self-discovery that costs nothing and in some ways can set us free. So my little chat this evening will be shorter than normal because I haven't been so well, but I just go on to describe that a second drive we went on last week took us back to my junior school, and along the walk I took home from school each day. And I've no idea why I was guided to take this drive. And down the street where I lived at that stage of my life, it was so interesting. The memories were just so vivid, and I found myself telling Philip, my husband, all kinds of stories that he would not have been aware of. I could see my wild child so clearly and her characteristics, and more importantly, her needs. But most of all, I could feel her zest for life and her determination, and an attitude that absolutely anything is possible. She, in some ways, is some kind of an internal engine. I got all kinds of clues. And I've spoken to you before about discovering whether you're driven forward in life by a carrot to tempt you forward or a stick to poke you forward. And my wild child is definitely a carrot person. She needs things to kind of draw her forward in life, and it's worth discovering. So as the drive continued through the roads that I was not so familiar with, my husband said, I remember playing football in that park when I was about 10. I was dressed all in white, and I honestly believed I was the best footballer in the world. 50 years later, he could still access the feeling. We laughed at our memories and chatted about the clues, and there were many. These memories can be a guiding light, like a hidden personal truth. And if we capture them and the clues, it can be so very beneficial. For a few moments, you can connect with the wonder of you. I'm actually at the card pulling stage because I'm just doing a short Monday Magic. So tonight I'm going to pick 3 more of the old pack of angel cards that I sometimes turn to. You might remember them here. They've been in my bedside table for, I don't know, could be 30 years. It's a long time. I wish I could remember how long I have them. They're actually by Diana Cooper, but I believe they're not available anymore. So I kind of cherish them in a way, but we've been using them as our guide. There's 2 have popped out. I don't know why I'm so attracted to them at the moment, but they've been really interesting each week. It's funny because 3 jumped right out at me this evening, which is nice. So the first one is actually curiosity. See life through the curious eyes of a child, and you will discover a never-ending source. This is so linked with what I've been speaking about and my oracle card. It's quite amazing. See life through the curious eyes of a child, and you will discover a never-ending source of happiness and excitement. Curiosity keeps you alive, interested and interesting. The angels are inviting you to be curious about yourself. Start exploring who you are, and you will grow personally and spiritually. Be interested in people, and you will discover an eternal source of fascination. Be curious about the wonderful universe in which you live, about the angels themselves and their role in the divine plan. The radiance of your delight in life will illuminate you. And the affirmation that comes with this card is, I explore the wonder of life. The second card this evening is commitment. Angel wisdom reminds you that when you aim for a vision without doubt or deviation, it must succeed. Your guidance is to persevere towards your vision. Let every thought, word, and action be directed towards your desired outcome. Nothing is more powerful than focused energy, and the angels will see the pure light of your commitment, whether it's to a relationship, a piece of work, a journey, or anything else in your life. Remember to ask them for help and know that when you dedicate your intention to the highest good, they will support you. I'm committed to my vision is the affirmation. And the third card this evening is discipline. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will loyally and lovingly serve its master. It is then allowed off its lead. Through discipline comes freedom. The master you called on to obey is your higher self. You come to earth on a mission, and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. Tune in and ask your angels for their help and their support so that your life becomes happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is a key to fulfilling your destiny. And the affirmation that goes with this card is, self-discipline brings me freedom. So there are 3 cards for the week ahead, and I am quite amazed really how some of them align with my own oracle card, which comes to me through divine inspiration. Some weeks, most weeks, not every week, but this is the one that came through to me over the past few days. Okay, so here it is. My own card is on the topic of wonder. I wonder, such a powerful beginning to anything we want to explore with a curious and open mind. There's no doubt that curiosity leads to wisdom, even inner wisdom. When we wonder about our purpose in life, or ask deep questions of ourselves, we can be rewarded by a glimpse of the true wonder that we are, and we bring to the world. Recognizing who we truly are is both empowering and humbling in equal measure. When we pause to look with eyes of wonder and a gentle heart at what we have achieved, experienced, and withstood on our life journey, we may be surprised at what we discover. We may even regard ourselves with admiration and see ourselves in a new light, leading to a sense of possibility about our future plans and dreams. Or some not yet contemplated or given up on if our light was dimmed and our courage was fragile. Nurture your inner light in simple and wonderful ways and be gentle on yourself. Your light will guide you. So that's our card for this week. Wonder. I thought it was quite a nice card actually. Took a while to come through. So I would love if you, whether you're listening now or listening later, give a little bit of attention this week to what I've been teaching this evening. Because it really can give you some vital clues. And if there are parts of us that we are ignoring for any reason, it's difficult to experience our true energy and even our deep happiness. As always, my work in life design is about the lighter side of life. We're remembering our attributes, our talents, or even a few forgotten wished for things. So between now and we meet next week, I hope that all goes well in your life. So as I say, I kept it short and sweet this evening. I haven't been so well. Thankfully, I'm feeling a little bit better, and I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us and for listening to Lifedesign Monday Magic. We are honoured and humbled to be able to share Liz's words, wisdom and life design philosophy with you. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to subscribe so you never miss a new one. And if you could take a moment to rate and review the podcast, it would help us share her message with even more people. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with another inspirational Life Design Monday Magic filled with more of Liz's wisdom, warmth and encouragement to help you live your best life despite. We'll talk to you again soon, and in the meantime, take care. And as Liz would say, do focus on all that's good. Good luck.